Welcome to Candle Jar, where your candle making journey becomes simpler, more creative, and incredibly rewarding. Whether you're a seasoned candle maker or just starting out, Candle Jar is designed to handle the details, so you can focus on what you love, creating beautiful candles. From adding your existing recipes to planning future production runs, from running burn tests to syncing with your Shopify store, Candle Jar has you covered every step of the way. Let's start by adding your candle recipes into Candle Jar. Whether you have a fill weight in mind or not, Candle Jar gives you the flexibility to create your recipes just the way you like. When it comes to adding supplies to your recipes, you can either select from your existing inventory or create new supplies on the spot. This flexibility ensures that your recipe creation process is smooth and efficient. Creating a new recipe from scratch is simple, but you can also copy an existing recipe and tweak it to your liking. If you want to use a different fill weight, no problem. Candle Jar will automatically adjust the supply quantities to match the new weight. If you provide a fill weight, Candle Jar will automatically calculate the wax weight and fragrance weight based on your specified fragrance load, saving you time and ensuring consistency. Candle Jar also allows you to add critical details like the temperature at which the fragrance should be added to the melted wax, the optimal pouring temperature, and the recommended curing duration. These fields ensure that your candles turn out perfect every time. With your recipes stored in Candle Jar, finding what you need is a breeze. You can easily search for recipes by name or filter them based on your inventory levels, whether they're in stock or out of stock. With your recipes organized and ready, you're set to make candle making even more enjoyable and hassle-free. Let's take a closer look at how Candle Jar helps you estimate the cost of goods, ensuring you maximize profitability while maintaining quality. Candle Jar offers two flexible ways to estimate the cost of goods for your candles. First, you can use the actual supply costs based on your last order. Simply input your supply orders into Candle Jar, and it will automatically pull in the latest costs for accurate calculations. But what if you're in the exploratory phase, trying to figure out how affordable your candles can be? Candle Jar allows you to input exploratory prices for your supplies. This feature helps you experiment with different price points and see how each supply affects the overall cost of your candles. Beyond just estimating costs, Candle Jar goes a step further by helping you make smarter purchasing decisions. Based on your exploratory prices, Candle Jar will calculate the minimum purchase order needed to achieve those prices, allowing you to optimize your cost of goods without overspending. With these tools, you can strike the perfect balance between cost and quality, ensuring your candles are both affordable to make and profitable to sell. Optimizing your cost of goods has never been easier. Let's dive into batch creation and managing your supply inventory, a critical part of the candle making process that Candle Jar simplifies every step of the way. Before you start, Candle Jar estimates how many items you can produce based on your current supply levels. This helps you plan efficiently, ensuring you have enough materials on hand before you begin. Candle makers can choose to create their batches right away or schedule them for later. More on planning later in the video. For now, let's go ahead and make a batch. Creating a batch now initiates a production run on the spot. Candle Jar calculates the exact amount of supplies needed based on the number of items you want to make. Once you've gathered your materials, the system automatically updates your inventory, keeping your stock levels accurate. Next, Candle Jar provides you with an adapted recipe based on the quantity of items you're producing. This includes detailed instructions on blending temperatures, pouring guidelines, and curing recommendations, ensuring every batch is consistent and high quality. Once your batch is completed, it's added to the batch monitoring list where you can track its curing progress. Candle Jar even adds the batch to your calendar, marking the day it's expected to be ready for sale or use. Batches can be managed directly within Candle Jar. If you need to remove items, whether they're faulty or being taken out for testing, you can do so easily before the batch is made available for sale. Candle Jar ensures that your production runs smoothly, your inventory is always up to date, and your batches are perfectly managed from start to finish. Next, we'll look at how you can plan ahead and schedule future production runs. Remember the calendar where your batches were added? This calendar is at the heart of Candle Jar's production planning features, giving you a clear overview of what's happening in your candle making schedule. You can schedule a batch directly from the recipe page or create a task from the planner page. Each task can include one or more recipes, with the quantity of items you want to make clearly specified. Candle Jar will automatically check your supply levels and warn you ahead of time if you don't have enough materials to complete the task. To maximize efficiency, you can group multiple batches into a single production run, even if they come from different tasks. Candle Jar will alert you if any planned batch won't be cured on time based on the start date and due date you've set. Candle Jar also calculates the total amount of supplies you'll need to complete all your tasks, allowing you to plan your orders ahead of time. This helps you make smarter purchasing decisions, keeping your stock levels healthy without over-ordering. Now, here's something really handy. Let's say you're making a batch of candles for a wedding and another batch of the same candles for your online shop. If you decide to make both batches together, Candle Jar will still keep them separate, so you can track each batch individually. This allows you to make one batch available for sale when it's cured, while keeping the other private for the wedding. Candle Jar ensures you can efficiently manage and track your production, even when multiple purposes are involved. With Candle Jar's planning features, you have complete control over your production schedule, ensuring that every task and batch is perfectly managed and executed. Now, let's explore how you can experiment with new recipes and refine your products. Testing is at the heart of candle making. It's what sets a beginner apart from a committed and disciplined candle maker. With Candle Jar, you can create experimental recipes that allow you to fine-tune and perfect your craft. Starting with a base recipe, you can easily duplicate it and make adjustments, like changing the fragrance load or swapping out the wick. Candle Jar tracks every detail of how the candle was made, so you can be sure no step is missed if you stumble upon the perfect blend. To keep things organized, Candle Jar generates a handy QR code for each test. Simply scan your candle to see exactly where it is in the testing process, whether it's still curing or ready for a burn test. While your candle is curing, you can monitor its progress and document any issues that arise. For example, you might notice sinkholes, cracking, or wet spots. You can even attach photos of those issues for future reference, ensuring you have a complete record of each experiment. When you're ready, you can decide whether to end the test if the results aren't up to par, or move forward with a burn test to see how the candle performs in action. Candle Jar helps you track each burn cycle in detail, accurately recording the amount of wax burned and any observations you make along the way. You can attach photos to keep a visual record of how the candle is burning, noting any issues like mushrooming or smoke. Once the burn test is complete, you'll have access to a detailed report of your experiment. If the results meet your standards, you can save the recipe to your library and start producing batches right away. One of the powerful features of Candle Jar is the ability to filter your past experiments by the supplies you used. If you ever want to refer back to experiments where you combined specific waxes, wicks, or fragrances, you can easily find those records and review how the materials perform together. With Candle Jar's experimental features, you can push the boundaries of your creativity, ensuring that every candle you make is nothing short of perfect. Candle Jar seamlessly integrates with Shopify, making it easy to connect your candle recipes with product variants in your online shop. This means that once your batches have cured, you can quickly make them available for sale directly on your Shopify store. No extra steps required. Setting the right price is crucial, and Candle Jar helps you do just that. From the COGs page, you can set prices that balance profitability with affordability, ensuring you hit the sweet spot every time. Beyond just managing your products, Candle Jar gives you insightful information on your customers' purchasing habits. Discover which candles are their favorites, how often they reorder, and which fragrances they love the most. With Candle Jar, every step of your candle-making journey is simplified, from perfecting recipes to managing production and selling online. We're here to help you create, refine, and succeed. Ready to light up your candle-making experience? Start exploring Candle Jar today.